Yo, 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 yo. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Maxandjuancast. Max, how you doing tonight?
Doing good, one. How are you?
I'm chilling, bro. Big chilling. Almost smoked my lungs out since Thursday. 63-point win. Nah. Uh, I've been cool,
Jeez.
man. Uh, enjoyed today's football. Pretty sure you're getting your casket ready for tomorrow on Monday. You know.
Pretty much.
But
Matt Patricia taking over, baby.
who
Big
would have
Patrish.
who would have thought? Yeah, I bet Sean Desai doesn't sound too bad anymore.
No, it's fuck it. Let's try something.
All right. Welcome to the show, guys. Week 15 recap. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, comment down below, post noties, all that good stuff. All right. Where do you want to start off, Max? I feel like the biggest
Theme
game
of the week.
today. I feel like the biggest game was Dallas. I mean, I think that's the biggest headline. The fact
That
that
is.
they lost to Buffalo. So thoughts on Buffalo and Dallas?
Well, I'm gonna give you my theme of the week first, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
See Chicago, Carolina, Atlanta, all these teams, Denver. There's a lot of 7-6, 7-7, 8-6 teams. There's just a lot of teams that it's just a big jumble. It's a big jumble. There's a couple teams clear out, but I feel like one of the years past, like there's more like tiers, but now it's just one big jumble. I don't know if you agree, but that's just how I'm feeling about everything. Just a big jumble of mediocre teams.
Yeah, I think in this year more than ever with the 7-7, 7-6 teams and shit. But I feel like besides Dallas and Buffalo, I think the AFC South is turned upside down. I mean,
Like,
3 weeks
where's the ten
ago
and four team that no one buys this year? Where's that team?
that no one buys.
Yeah, like where's the Vikings from last year? Like, who is the 10-4 team this year that's like you should be 8-6 or 8-8? Like right now, all those teams like that are usually that are like 7-6 or 7-7. Like, what team don't you buy? Like, I feel like there's not that team. Remember the Steelers a couple years ago, 11-3, but it's like, no, you guys aren't good.
You buy the Dolphins?
Those, no, I think they're good. I genuinely think they're good. I don't think they're like, oh, they're an accidental 10-4 team. Maybe it's the Eagles. I don't know. I don't think so. But like if Atlanta right now was like 9-4, you'd be like, they're fraudulent, right?
And then the two teams that are 9 wins is Cleveland and Kansas City. There's really nobody else.
Maybe it's Cleveland, but again, I don't think Cleveland's a bad team. I literally think they just don't have a quarterback.
Hey, hey,
Joey Flack.
Joey Flacco ain't doing too bad now, Max.
Well, fuck, it was pretty bad today. Like they got lucky to win that game. But we'll dive into that. So okay, you wanted to start with Dallas and Buffalo, right?
Yeah, let's go Dallas and Buffalo. Uh, I guess I'm bad luck for the Cowboys, Max, because Dak Prescott MVP talk, everyone was fucking slurping him up, and they got beat down.
Yeah,
Honestly,
but I just want to pump the brakes. I don't think this game is indicative of Dallas at all. I'm not looking at this game and I'm like, oh, this is the same old Cowboys. I think what happened was they went to
emotional.
Buffalo. They're outside. It's rainy. You know, I mean, the most shocking thing is, the way I think maybe it happened, where Josh Allen completes 7 passes, right? Like 7 or 10 passes
Yeah,
for 100 yards, and they blow out the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys, like I said last week, I could see the Cowboys going in. They just get blown out. They just had a big ass game against Philly. Like, you can't be emotionally like super high all the time, right? And I think they fell into a team like Buffalo that's just so fucking desperate, and it snowballed. I don't think Dak played that bad. I think everything else today, everyone lost their battle. It was a whole team loss. It wasn't Dak Prescott the reason they lost this game. That's my opinion. I don't look at this as anything bad for the Cowboys. I'm like, shit like this happens once in a while.
yeah, shit like this happens, but I think the way that it happens has a lot of hold on onto it because they didn't get beat by Josh Allen just being Superman. They didn't get beat by Stephon Diggs. They got beat in the run game. And to me, cold weather and you can't stop the run. What does that sound like, Max? That's playoff football to me.
That
And
is playoff football. I agree with that one. But this is what happened in week 2 against Arizona, where the defense just probably was feeling good about themselves. Hey, we just kicked Philly's ass. They didn't show up today. And I don't think this is a recipe. Like, as much as I want to like pump up the Bills, I don't think this is a recipe for them that can be sustained. Do you think they can run the ball like this to
I
like
mean, shit, if they
further?
can, if this is part of their bag, Max, I mean, they're dangerous.
No,
I'll
no,
just
no.
say
I
that.
understand that. I'm saying, but do you think it's a part of their bag? Like, if you were going to bet on the Bills being able to do this type of running attack week in and week out, you'd be like, "Fuck no,
No,
it's not. It's not the
no.
Bills."
But the fact that they did it on Dallas, I think it is impressive. Uh,
It was an impressive game they played, but I just don't think it's a. I don't think it's a story. I think it's Dallas just came flat.
I mean, I would hope so. I know Dallas fans are probably thinking that. They're probably having your mentality of it's not a big deal. Look, it is just one game, but to me it's like Philly's on the fucking fence right now. You got them where you want them. And it's like you have this opportunity where you can get a game up. You're hearing Jalen Hurts is sick. He might miss tomorrow. You know, changing coordinators. I feel like it's just a golden opportunity, man. But hey, they're still a good team. Dak Prescott didn't play all that bad today, like you said. I wouldn't put all the blame on him. It was definitely a team effort loss. But just something to keep an eye on. They're undefeated at home. All their losses have been on the road. And if they keep on playing like this, I mean, they're gonna be playing a road playoff game, most likely.
They squandered a chance though. On you were correct in that assessment of it. They squandered a chance to really
Yeah,
kind of
I mean that's
lock
killer
up.
instinct right there. That's something you gotta take a hold of, man. I just feel like in these playoffs coming up, it's like, would you rather be in Dallas where you're undefeated 7-0 this year
Well,
against
yeah, it's
a
obvious. I think every team would rather be at home unless you're the Chargers.
I don't know though, man. I would like to win the division and get that home win, man. But look, who they play next week? Dallas. They play Miami.
Dolphins,
So if
yeah,
they lose
and
another one, would your
Miami, I think.
would your would
Yeah, if
your
they get their ass whooped next week, I'd be like, oh, this is a scary sight. But yeah, I mean, it's a scary sight if that happens. But I'm not gonna just go with that narrative until it happens.
yeah.
As much as I want to shit on Dallas, I don't truly believe that this is a like don't let the panty meter go to 10 from whatever it was at.
Yeah. But you called that one. So I mean, shout out to Max. He picked the Bills in that one. Let's go to uh let's go Chicago and Cleveland, man. Cause I'm impressed with Cleveland. The fact that they won that game. Joe Flacco, 374, 3 interceptions. One of them was a pick six. Justin Fields, 166. Just all the way around, man. It was a wacky game. I felt like Chicago had them all the way through like the
Hmm.
last 5 minutes of the game. And
Yep, I agree.
so and somehow Cleveland just fucking comes out on top, man. And they keep on winning
Cleveland's
these close
defense
games.
was yeah, Cleveland's defense was huge. Their offense stepped. Joe Flacco made some timely throws. Um, I don't really maybe again this Cleveland team is that fake team, but you have to take them with a grain of salt because they're playing with a third string quarterback,
Yeah.
basically a guy they just signed off the street. But the defense is for real. They have talent on the O line. Earlier this year, I said Njoku's a top 5 tight end. I think he's playing his way into it. One, if you didn't agree with me, I think he's winning you over. He's a fucking beast. I don't use that word lightly, but Cleveland is gritty. They're hard. That defense is really good. The defense kind of kept them afloat. Because you think about it, what was the final score of that game?
The final score was
17,
17
20,
to 20.
17?
Yeah.
They only gave 10 points.
Yeah.
A pick six. They have a pick six.
And it was great to see Montez Sweat against Myles Garrett in that game. I felt like they were going back and forth with big plays. Uh, I think with all of this considered, Max, I can't trust Cleveland. I look, it's looking cool. Their defense is good. I don't see them beating a legit playoff team though in the playoffs.
It's the quarterback, right?
It's the quarterback and it's everything
I think
about them though. Like it's everything. Like the defense
I
can only
I
do so
literally think
much.
it's no. Again, then I think it's just a quarterback. It's literally being held back by a guy on the street they signed. Look, can Cleveland win a playoff game? Yeah. Is it probable? No. That defense is really elite. Miles Garrett, give him the award. Just wrap it up. They have been such a special unit all year. He's been spearheading that unit. But like you said, that quarterback, like if they went into the playoffs, they're gonna have the worst quarterback. Like it's not even debatable, right?
Let's see. If the playoffs were to end today, the
I
worst
am pretty
quarterback.
sure it's Joe fucking Flacco. I don't think
Yeah, I'm
there's
taking
any.
Gardner Minshew over him. I mean, Jake Browning. You taking Jake Browning
Yeah,
over him?
I think Jake Browning right now can make more plays than 30. And that's no disrespect to Joe Flacco. He's 38 years. There was a reason he was on the street for 10 fucking weeks.
Yeah. If
So
Pittsburgh gets
is
in, I think Joe Flacco is not the
yeah,
worst quarterback.
yeah. But again, I would love to talk about Pittsburgh, but they suck. I
Yeah,
said
so
that's why they suck.
yeah.
But go ahead, finish up Cleveland.
No, I said all I needed to say about Cleveland. I think that's a good segue. Let's go to Pittsburgh. They play their game on Saturday, and I mean it was pitiful, bro. It was terrible. Mason Rudolph winded up coming in this game. I thought the
Mason Rudolph,
Colts.
the fucking league.
You said what?
Mason Rudolph still playing football?
Yeah, he came into that game on
Oh,
like the
Miles
last
Garrett beat
drive.
him to death.
Yeah. I think besides that Demonte Casey hit on Michael Pittman,
Ugh, that was bad.
besides that, like this game was over by like pretty early, you know,
Well, no, in the beginning, I was worried about the Colts. I was like, no, don't let this
with
bullshit.
the
It was
with the
like
block
13
punt.
0. Yeah, it was like 13-0, and then the Colts came back and whooped their ass. And I was like, yeah, the Pittsburgh is bad. They were what, 7? Hey, remember Matt Canada? All the fucking memes about them winning and blah, blah. They have 400 yards. They're 1 and fucking 3, guys, without him. So those problems far exceed Matt Canada. I want to defend him for a second, though I don't like him. He can be bad, but also can't the offense players be bad? Like, when do you see fucking like they can't block? Trubisky's not good. Pickett's not good. It's like they have to win these games in such a weird fashion, and now all that magic is run out. Like they should never have beat Baltimore.
Yeah.
Never should have happened.
Well, they're kind of like paper champs, Max, because on paper they do have like solid players on the outside
They
looking in.
do.
It's like Deontay Johnson, George Pickens. You look at the tight ends, Fairmouth. I know he's been hurt, but they drafted a rookie out of Georgia who maybe you should get involved a little bit more. You got Najee, you got Jalen Warren. It's like you got pieces there. So I feel the frustration from the fan base and everyone else on the outside, but I mean the fact is they lost 3 in a row, 3 winnable games, 3 winnable opponents, and they can't get it done. They're 7-7. They're looking on the out. They're looking on the outside, looking in. Uh, I just they're phony. We knew they were phony, and we kind of fucked up 3 weeks ago. Like kind of like saying, "Hey, you got to put them in." You lose 3 in a row, and it's like you're not looking in good shape, man.
Well, the loss to Arizona is just like wow. Like Arizona's not a good football team, and I like them, but this is why Pittsburgh is untrustworthy. They shouldn't get into the playoffs, and they have a lot more. And I think a lot of, like you said, they're paper champions. I think there's a lot more of like overestimating some of their players. Like I like Minka. He's not a game changer anymore. I like fucking Deontay Johnson, but he's not nothing special.
Yeah.
Like I hate to be that guy, but
Well, I want to take it to another 3 loss in a row team, Jacksonville, man. So it's scary with them. This game was weird because I honestly didn't think Jacksonville played all that bad. I think Lamar was making a lot of fucking plays.
oh my god,
Like he invaded almost every sack tonight, it seemed like. And then Trevor Lawrence had like the most boneheaded fumble I've seen. Trying to slide, he loses the ball. They miss
yeah.
like 2 field goals. It was a mess tonight.
Correct. Yeah. You know what? You got to take it back to that injury because I feel like they lost a very winnable game. If he didn't get, I feel like once he got hurt, they lost that game.
Yeah.
And then the week after, he was just not right. Like they were all out of sorts. So, am I worried about Jack? Dude, I think if Jacksonville plays, you don't want to play them in the playoffs. Would you want to? You were like, fuck no, I don't want to play this team because I think they are better than their record would indicate. They've had some bad breaks. Look, they're not perfect, but Trevor Lawrence, I think, just his injury has kind of derailed them the last couple weeks.
Yeah, I mean they're still dangerous, Like you see the signs, man, but I don't know if it's coaching, I don't know if it's Lawrence injury. Like I just feel like they don't do a good enough job getting the ball to their playmakers enough. Like I feel like
Calvin
they
Ridley is so hit or miss. It
yeah,
seems
like
like
okay, like Ridley tonight, like I'm gonna be honest, like he should have got that touchdown. But like beyond that, he still didn't do much during the game. And it's like
no.
ETN, I feel like they got the run game going and they stop. It's like once they pass the 45-yard line, they stop running the ball with him. Or they bring in
Do you think they
Dearness
know
Johnson.
what they want to be on offense?
Yeah, I think they're losing their identity a little bit. And maybe that's a fact of like Christian Kirk, like you said, like that was a
He's
huge
out.
piece. Huge piece.
Yeah.
And I
Well,
just
they can kind of do a little bit of everything, but they don't really do anything like, wow, oh my,
yeah.
like the Eagles, for all their flaws, like at least they can like be like, we have a dominant offensive line, right? With Jackson, it's like we have a good this, good this, good this, but like what the fuck do they do amazing? Like what do you hang your hat on as an
Right.
offense, right? How many years with Dallas where it's like, are we the team that feeds Zeke the ball 30 times a game, or are we the team that airs it out? We don't know.
Yeah.
And it can be a tricky place when you're caught in that. Like the New York Jets, perfect example. What was their identity before Aaron Rodgers' injury? We're going to play with Aaron Rodgers. He's our
Right.
guy.
Yeah.
They lose that, they have no identity anymore.
Yeah. And I want to compare Jacksonville just a little bit because it reminds me of them. A little bit of the Raiders last year, like feast or famine with the offense. Because at times the Raiders' offense will look absolutely amazing. Against Seattle, Devontae Adams will be catching touchdowns. But then all of a sudden during the game, they can't move the fucking ball. They look like the worst team in the fucking league. They're turning over the ball. And that's how I feel with Jacksonville. It's like they have these flashes, like Evan Ingram gets involved. Calvin really gets involved. They're running the ball with ETN. And they look amazing. Like against Tennessee a couple weeks ago. And then
I
you
will
have
say this one:
games.
they're missing a weapon. They're missing some. They're missing a receiver weapon right now for sure.
Well, trade deadline's
Just
over.
my
They ain't gonna get one done. Someone need to
no,
emerge. Somebody need to
no.
fucking emerge. But their 3 losses in the fucking loss column, man. And
Well, even when he played, that Cincy game was like, how is Cincy coming out here and just whooping your ass? Like Cincy was matching them. Cincy was like Cincy just another team that won't go away. Like I don't know.
well,
I
let's
don't know
talk
what to
about
say.
Cincy because that was look. I love Cincy, but T Higgins bailed out this fucking team. That was one of the craziest fucking plays I have seen from a guy in a very
Dude,
long time.
his wingspan is ridiculous. It
That
looks
was
so
it was
funny.
unfucking real. It was unreal.
The
The
one thing I
guy,
don't like about the play is it took away the Jamar Chase, like Justin Jefferson show. It was so cool to watch them go at it, was it not? Both
yeah.
with backup quarterbacks, so it was like even playing field. Like, hey, both of our quarterbacks aren't that good,
And then
but
Jamar got hurt in that game, man. For
yeah, he's week to week, and I mean, they both had big games, right? They fucking went off. I
no,
don't think Jamar actually went off; he got hurt, but Justin
yeah,
Jefferson just
J-
reminds us like why he's so fucking good.
yeah. Jefferson and Addison both have some pretty good games in this one. But Jake Browning and Nick Mullins, I mean, they both fucking slaying that goddamn rock on Saturday, dude. It was
They both showed why they're backups, like good plays, and then some boneheaded fucking play. The butt pick.
yeah. But to me though, Max, it's like so many times this season we have seen backups just have great stats or great games, win these games, and you're always gonna wait for that game where like what the fuck is this? This is why you're a backup. Like we had it with Joshua
Josh
Dobbs.
Dobbs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's my thing: is like, do you think if you're a Jets fan, you're just like, fuck, like,
Why can't we get one
it,
of those guys?
you know, like not even the fact that it's like Josh Dobbs was so great, but like at least he like can give you a chance to win. Because like Zach Wilson, he wasn't playing great before he got hurt, and Simeon comes in, and it's just like there's no like spark. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the Jets would be such a perfect Fitzpatrick team. Like just come off the bench, no pressure. But like, how bad are the Jets quarterbacks? Just so they're horrendous, right?
I
Like they
mean, look,
never.
Zach Wilson got fucking deleted today.
Yeah.
He got deleted, bro. Like he got fucked up. One of the first drive of the game, and the game was over by then. He was already done. You can tell he was dazed out. He was out of the game. Trevor Simeon came in, and I don't even think the Dolphins played all that well.
No.
Honestly, I think it was just like an avalanche, bro. But I mean,
Oh
look,
yeah.
the
That we
Dolphins
covered that game.
the the Dolphins get the win, and the Jets, on the other hand, like Max said, I mean, they will kill to just have some quarterback play, and it's so frustrating. You see Garrett Wilson on the sidelines, fucking pleading his case on whatever he was fucking saying to Aaron Rodgers and Robert Saleh, and they're just like, "Dude, we don't have a quarterback." Like,
Um, Rodgers does not come back, right? Now they were out of the playoffs, or do you still want to see him back? That's my only question to you.
man, the way that the offensive line looks, just like like it did in the beginning of the season, why would you? Why would you? I think you're risking it. Like you can have an
Yeah, there's no.
argument. You can have an argument to bring them back. Like be like, hey, we don't want to go cold turkey into the season next year. Whatever. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
it's
but I
like,
feel like even if you did that and you just like know he's coming back, you're like, fuck yeah, we're gonna have energy because we know he's coming back. Like
yeah. I shit does carry over to the next season though with losing teams. Like
it
believe it
does.
or
But
yeah,
don't you
believe it or
think
not.
like him being there in the stable, like you know in the back of your head though, right? Like as a player, like we didn't have our guy. Now he's coming back. Like the energy's there, no? Or
Yeah,
what do you think?
no,
It's
it's
just a
good.
slippery slope.
I think it's gonna be there regardless, like you said. But like for instance, like Pittsburgh, Detroit, like those are teams last year that finished off really hot, and people remember that at the end of the season, and they're like, oh, they're gonna be good next year. They ended off
Yeah.
hot, blah blah
Why don't they
blah.
bring him back against the Browns? Be a perfect fucking. Let's
Oh
let him
my
get killed by
god,
Miles Garrett for
they'll
four
get him
quarter.
killed.
They played the Patriots last week. That's a perfect like.
I don't know about
Yeah.
that one either.
Actually, no, they probably fuck him up
Yeah,
too.
he'll fuck them up too. They got some.
Yeah, I don't
They don't
know.
got
I
no
just
get
don't
right
do.
games, bro.
Okay. So right now, what do you? Don't bring him back. Is my stance. Not right now. You're out of
I
it. Don't
agree.
bring him back.
Yeah, I agree. If they had like Arizona, I would think about it.
The
But
Raiders.
yeah, or the Raiders. Not with the Raiders the way that they're playing though. I'll
Hold
tell you
on. I
that
want to
much.
save them for last. I want to save them for
Yeah, well,
last.
don't even worry about them.
Yeah, the best for last, guys.
All right.
It's not often one gets to celebrate such an immaculate win.
Houston and Tennessee, man. So
Fuck
Houston,
yes.
I thought this was one of the biggest wins of the year. Honestly,
God,
Houston,
yeah.
like without C.J. Stroud, without Tank Dell, without Nico Collins, and they came out and won the fucking game. And honestly, 19-16, this game went into OT. All the credit goes to the defense for Houston.
100%. What, Derrick Henry had 10 rushing yards? Like,
I'm not sure, but
unbelievable.
I know he didn't have much.
Yeah, I know. I saw a stat and they were like, he has like 12 rushes for like 16 attempts for 10 fucking yards.
Yeah,
That's insane. And it's not like their defense is like the 85 Bears.
right. D'Amico
I
Ryans,
tip my
man.
hat to D'Amico. He fucking coach of the year.
Did he
Give
win
it to him
it?
right
Did
now.
he win it
Oh
today?
yeah, he's had it, and this was like such a performance. Like to me, short list off the top of my head: Zach Taylor, D'Amico, McVay.
McVay's a good one. McVay is a good one.
And no, guys, Mike McDaniel is not because they were fucking good last year. I'm sorry.
No,
That's my
I
opinion.
wouldn't put McDaniels. Um,
Or Stefanski too.
Stefanski, yeah. I just feel like the job that D'Amico is doing, though, I think he has the least amount of elite players compared to all those other
Correct.
coaches.
And,
Like,
and one, no Will Anderson today. No Will Anderson. Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly.
That's insane, dude. And they're having guys like Devin Singletary, who was fucking dead in Buffalo like a couple years ago. Like, you would never think this motherfucker will get over 100 yards rushing, and he's over here running. They're using Davis Mills for Hail Marys and Case Keenum in there. Like, this is what coaches do. They elevate it. And honestly, it was a good little matchup because Mike Vrabel, I mean, he ain't no spring chicken. Like, he's elite himself. But man, like D'Amico Ryan showed today why he's he's here to stay as one of the elite head coaches in the league. That was I would go on to say this. I feel like that was one of the most impressive wins I've seen in the last like at least like 2 years. Like just
I'm
undermatched.
sure. I'm sure D'Amico had just had a highlight reel to the defense of Derrick Henry, like running over them, like for thousands of yards, and they're like, "Not today." Like I know Derrick Henry's not what he once was, and the Titans aren't. But in today's NFL, 16 rushes for 9 yards is fucking ridiculous, unheard of, really.
Yeah. And really, I thought Houston had a little bit better chance, but that guy Chris Moore kept on making fucking plays for Houston. Like Will Levis was just, I mean, credit to Will Levis, he got his ass
Oh
kicked today.
yeah,
Like, and he kept on getting back up and making plays. Like fucking Will Levis, dude. The more and more I watch that guy, the more and more I'm liking him because
you
he
see
has,
it,
yeah,
like
you see it.
and I know Carolina won today. Just to tie that in,
Mhm.
I still don't see it. I don't really see it from Bryce Young. Like I got they won. They got 3 field goals. Again, this is a perfect example of why Atlanta's just like, is this a fireable offense for Arthur Smith one? Like I personally don't think so. But like part of you just wants to be like, whoever fucking drafted Ritter, you're on the hook for this fucking game. This is on you.
Who do
Because
you think's
he
a
will
Ritter guy? Like in their org, like who you think? Like is it Smith?
I
Is it
don't
the owner? Who the fuck is it?
know, because how long has Ritter been there? This is his second year or third?
Second year.
And Arthur Smith's been there 3 years, right? Or
Yes,
2? 3, I
three,
think.
three.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, man. Like, just like I don't want to shit on the guy too badly, but he's just not good at quarterback, man. And I know it was a fucking monsoon. I get it. But like this is like I could see this game happening in the fucking Georgia Dome, wherever the fuck they play, Mercedes Benz Arena.
Yeah.
Like Ritter was just a fucking trap. He's just not good. Not good. And it's like you said, one like, hey, Bijan fumbled. You know, I get it's raining. You can't help them. You can't fucking help them in this situation. So I don't know, one. Where's the blame?
Man, that.
Because this would have locked up the fucking division for Atlanta. I
Yeah,
feel like
this
this would
was a
make
goal. You were playing a one-win team with no fans.
and the defense didn't give up a touchdown, so you can't blame it on defense.
Oh, man, that's tough, dude. I feel like that is 100% a fireable offense. 100%. I feel like it was an unacceptable fucking loss today. And you just can't. You can't lose to the fucking Carolina Panthers with no fans and a munchkin at quarterback that's struggling. It can't happen. I don't care. You get the win. And it's why we get so frustrated with Atlanta is because like deep down inside, me and Max like Arthur Smith. We do. But it makes it so hard to root for them because of guys like Desmond Ritter, the decisions that fucking Arthur Smith does, all the talent that they have on that team. I mean, they have so much fucking talent, dude.
Like I just feel like if they had, I don't want to. I don't. I think Arthur Smith's a good coach, but like I don't feel like they lose this game with McVay or Carroll or Reed
Yeah.
or fucking
You
Sirianni
know what,
if you want to
Max?
throw him.
Maybe some guys are just meant to be coordinators. Maybe that's what he is.
I don't. But the one thing about him is I'll say, and like I feel like he's in a like Staley was a fucking train wreck.
Yeah.
Like there were so many times you'd be like, that is a dumb decision. Arthur Smith's not that bad. Like I feel like I can see like next year will be the make it or break it year for him. But whoever signed off on Ritter, that wasn't the move.
Yeah.
Wasn't the move.
There
And to be honest, I don't know why they drafted Bijan in the first round. I don't fucking get it. Like, no. I get it, but it's also you had 2 good running backs. So did you really fucking need him?
Yeah. And
Like, how many
especially if
wins
you're
would this
not
team have
gonna,
right now with Will Levis, you think?
yeah,
You think Will Levis would make this team better than Bijan?
yes. And to me, it's like you draft a guy like Bijan, I would run him to the fucking ground. I would have gave him so many carries comparable to the rookie year of Zeke.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it's like you got two good running backs.
Yeah.
You have two good ones.
Yeah.
I don't know. This team just had two back-to-back losses against Tampa and Carolina. What a fucking way
You know what
to
though,
just
Max?
like.
I feel like a lot of people don't take this decision into consideration. Is when a team, GM or coach, they don't pivot quick enough. Like they don't admit to their fucking L's.
Oh, one thing for the Cardinals, they fucked up with Josh Rosen. They were like, not
Thank
making
you.
this. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
quick
Let's go
pivot.
get Kyler.
And
Fuck
there's
it.
nothing wrong with that. Like you gotta know when to move on. And if that's quick as shit, you gotta swallow that fucking pill and be like,
So, as a
we
Raider
fucked
fan,
up.
do you want to spend 5 years trying to figure out Aiden O'Connell's the guy, or you're like, we'll know by next year?
Yeah,
We'll know.
like we should know after this season, kind of thing. Like he's a
Hey, and
backup,
everyone wants to talk about Geno Smith and all that. Like, fuck you. There's one guy.
right?
One guy.
Yeah.
Who took 10 years to become
And the
something.
Jets will take that. Like if the guy winds up succeeding somewhere else, fucking 4 years down the line, so fucking be it. So fucking.
Geno Smith was drafted to the Jets in what fucking year? Like 2013?
2013.
And then he became good last year?
Yeah.
Gives a fuck. The GM's not even there anymore. They don't give a fuck. I wouldn't give a fuck if I was a GM. I'd be like, let's pivot right now.
Yeah.
Especially from a quarterback.
Yes. Yeah. Let's move on to. I thought the Rams, dude. The Rams were impressive today. They got a little scare at the end, 20-28. But for the most part, man, they were dominating. Cooper Kupp looks healthy again. Matthew Stafford shows why he's one of the elite quarterbacks in the league still.
That no one talks about.
Yeah, that no one talks about, dude. Great win by the Rams. Honestly, Max, I feel like the Rams are a team you do not want to face. I'm sorry. I think it's more than Jacksonville. I just think they're going to be a pain in the ass. I'm not going to say that they're going to make a run because they obviously have their flaws. Like it's on defense. But on the offense standpoint,
Stafford's hot.
They're a handful.
He can fuck. Like I don't want to be controversial, but Stafford, like, right? He's a knocking on top 5 quarterback. Like he really is. Like I'm not even trying to shit. Like I love Jalen Hurts. I watch Matthew Stafford and I'm just like, God damn, there's some throws. Like I don't know if I'm just saying, like, that's how good Matthew Stafford is, like his arm and his ability to throw the football. And yeah, he can't run around like he used to when he was in his prime. But the arm talent is so fucking good, and it opens up their offense. So, like, he makes so many great throws.
Well,
like on a rope.
Do you remember when they won the Super Bowl and we had that conversation? Like, hey, is he a Hall of Famer?
Yeah, he is. He really is.
But I remember you saying I think he is, like, from a talent standpoint. But you were like, I feel like he needs to have like 1 or maybe 2 more years of just being like, hey, I'm still fucking good. Like I bring a team to the playoffs that shouldn't have been in the playoffs. I feel like this is that year.
And I will say this one, I think the greatness of Stafford was lost in the year of Cooper Kupp. I think the year Kupp had took away from what Stafford did. Yeah. And that Super Bowl, it was such a gutsy performance by Stafford and just like getting hit, throwing to, like they just benefited from each other. Like, bro, Matthew Stafford was the author behind 2 of the greatest receiver seasons ever for a fucking reason. Like, he stands back there. He's a tough son of a bitch. He can throw the ball, sidearm it, throws missiles. Like, I'm sorry. Like, Dak Prescott, Jalen Hurts, maybe even, I want to say he's got a better arm than Trevor Lawrence right now. I don't know. That's how fucking good I think Matthew Stafford's arm is and lively. Now, obviously, he can't play make like the rest of the guys because he's older. He's been beat up.
He is sneaky, though. Sneaky playmaker.
Hey, if he was on the fucking Niners, he'd double whatever the fuck Purdy's doing. He'd fucking double it. He's so much better. Fuck Brock Purdy. I'm so over it. I'm so done with it. Not trying to shit on him. I'm just done with opening Yahoo, and they're like, "Oh, it's Purdy's MVP. He just locked it up today against Arizona." Like, do you guys listen to yourself talk? Did you see some of the throws he made? One? Did you see Christian McCaffrey going within 20 fucking yards? I hope he hits that fucking throw. It's different, man. Matthew Stafford has to play in dog shit with a bad O line. He's got good weapons, but it's a bad O line. So again, I just hate the fucking like how we don't give guys like Stafford credit. Like, how is Lamar not an MVP candidate one? How's it just Brock Purdy? How is it that? I'm so done with the
Because
fucking narrative.
people
It's like
love
Drew Brees last
stats.
year.
People love
It's Drew Brees
stats.
last year. He's better than Mahomes. Just give him the fucking award. Fuck you. No, he's not better.
Like, do you
That's my
honestly
little rant.
think somebody watching the box score tonight with Lamar and then having the box score with Brock Purdy, automatically they say Brock Purdy's better? He threw 4 touchdowns. Lamar only threw
Yeah.
1. But
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
watch the
Of
fucking
course.
game. Like, do you see how
Yeah.
valuable Lamar Jackson is?
I legitimately think people want him to win it because it's such a good story of Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah.
But the truth is, he's really not an MVP candidate. He
And
is
this
a product of their fucking system, and I don't give a fuck. Anyone can at me about this, and we can discuss it like adults. I don't care about his air yards. I don't care. I really don't. Because we can go just watch the film, throw out all the fucking numbers, and I'll be like, that's not what an MVP candidate does. That's not. Hey, Debo Samuel over the middle of he made a great back shoulder throw today to Debo Samuel. An
that was
amazing
a good
throw.
throw.
Great throw.
Mm-hmm.
But throwing to wide open Christian McCaffrey doesn't get my fucking dick hard.
Yeah.
Sorry to say it.
Yeah.
Sorry. Does that
Yeah.
mean to say one? Is it okay when guys have to carry people to be MVP candidates? Or is it okay to just be a fucking Steve Nash on the Suns and get a bunch of fucking points?
You see, here's the
Because your
thing, though.
fucking team. It's fucking stupid, man. I'm
Here's the
just
thing,
done
though,
with this.
Max. When you say that, people are not hearing you. They're not hearing us. We're saying clearly MVP candidate. We're not saying he's playing like shit. He's playing great. Obviously, like, he's balling out. And that doesn't mean he's a horrible player. That doesn't mean he's a phony. All it means is he's not the most valuable guy on his team. Is he putting up the best stats? Fuck yeah. But stats ain't everything, dude. Watch the game, watch it with some context, and take in consideration what he has around him. And it doesn't mean he sucks. Because that's where people get it twisted. Is when you say that, Max, they label you as a hater and they don't hear anything you said after that, and they say, well, you're calling him trash. Like, no one's calling him trash. No one's calling him bad.
Yeah, I'm a fucking Eagles fan. I think Jalen Hurts benefits from playing in that system with that O line, those two playmakers. But I also think there's certain things he's asked to do that Brock Purdy couldn't do it if he was on the Eagles. The run game would not be as potent. It wouldn't be as all the quarterback design shit wouldn't be there for Brock Purdy. Now, granted, would Jalen Hurts look good in San Francisco? I bet he would look good. But would he be as good as Brock Purdy is? No, because they're different games. But the difference is Jalen Hurts is asked to do a little bit more, in my opinion. They still benefit. I don't think Jalen Hurts is an MVP candidate anymore. I don't.
Yeah.
And if anyone ever wanted to make the case to me, well, look at his fucking team around him. I go, yeah, sure is. Sure is fucking great. So let's just take it with a grain of fucking salt, everybody. Let's look at what this fucking guy's asked to do and how he's asked to play. And let's, at the end of the day, tell me when he's fucking making play. I think the MVP should be based, like, not based, but like, to me, an MVP separates himself when there's nothing there. When there's 6 fucking guys rushing at you and Lamar Jackson evades them all, that's what MVPs do. Brock Purdy, when guys run at him, he gets fucking sacked. Now, he can fight him off a little bit, but there's just levels to this shit. There's levels. Brock Purdy's not in the level of tier of Lamar, Josh, Mahomes,
Stafford.
Even Dak fucking Prescott. They're not in that level. My opinion, he's top 15. He's somewhere between 15 and 10, Brock Purdy. Maybe fucking 12. And I know that means I think he sucks because I didn't say he was 1. That's my last thing I'm going to say about Brock Purdy for the rest of the fucking year.
What do you mean? He's not 1?
No, he's not. Unfortunately, he's not. Because I bet money if he was on the fucking Seattle or fucking Arizona, he wouldn't be an MVP.
Look, he's balling out people, but me and Max rest our case, man. I completely agree with you. I said it
And
that
I'm just triggered because I literally went on Yahoo before the show. Oh, now it says Lamar Jackson has an MVP moment. Fuck you, Yahoo. I'm fucking.
you know who should win
Before that, it was
MVP? Justin Herbert.
yeah, low key, fucking the Raiders. All right, Juan. Let's. I'm sorry
Let-
for my little rant. We're gonna have to quick
no,
hit a couple.
that's fine. I got one more game and then we'll speed through all the other ones. Uh, Denver and Detroit. I thought this was a
Mm.
statement win.
Why isn't Jared Goff an MVP candidate?
I know, right? 5 touchdowns, 278, 24 34. Look, I thought the more, how would you say this? The more, I wouldn't say desperate, but wanted it team
Yeah,
showed up. Like, honestly, like, I just felt like Detroit knew the meanings on how big this game was. Because they knew they were on the fence, essentially. Like, we lose this game, it's oh
but
shit mode.
one, I think it wasn't just about winning it. They went out there and dominated, which made you feel really fun. I was like, this is the Detroit team we saw when we made that video.
Yeah.
This is what I expect. I don't expect you to beat a team like Denver by 3. This is the team we saw. And they put together a fucking performance. Like, yeah, it's great they won. But tell me, if they just won by 3 on a last second thing and they played shitty, would you be like, you'd still be like, I don't feel good.
Yeah.
But now you're like, yeah, I feel great.
And honestly, look, I don't even want to shit on Denver. I don't think they, in particular, like were shit and they're phony and anything like that. I just felt like the more dominant, the more talented team in Detroit
correct.
came out and dominated. Like that's
I think it
the
was
facts.
simply a talent thing. It was just talent. Detroit had so much, and Denver, for as good as they played, I wouldn't say is the most talented bunch.
Yeah,
wouldn't say that.
Yeah, and there's nothing to panic about and say, oh, they're back to the same old Broncos. I think this team is still improving. And honestly, in the loss, the body language, the way that Russ kept on playing, I didn't think it was fucking terrible. I think in the past, like last year, that game's going on, it gets even fucking worse for Russ. But I felt like he was still invading guys. He was still trying to make plays. It was a bad day. It is what it is.
The Broncos have 2 games left against the Patriots and Chargers. If they can win those games out, and they could feel really good going into next year.
Yeah,
they could go win.
Good. Look, they could win 3
and
straight.
They might sneak in.
Yeah,
they could.
They still have a shot. All right. Shout out to Detroit, though, man. Really fucking happy for them. Okay, we'll speed through these, and then we'll look over the playoff situation, and I want to do a buy and sell at the end. We'll do it really quick. Okay? Tommy DeVito, he's done. Bury him. It was fun while it lasted.
Yeah. He's not good away from Jersey.
Look, the Giants, it was cool. It was fun. They got outplayed today, though. And honestly, I still don't feel like New Orleans played all that good.
No.
I still don't trust them.
Yeah, unless they won. Yeah, they didn't win by 50. So, no, I'm not impressed. So, good way to sum up that game.
Yeah. Okay, KC, New England. Do you buy anything of this Kansas City thing?
Kadarius Toney still, his time's going to go down, I bet, even more. Because he's hands a brick, as Joey used to say. Hand o block. Yeah. Fucking horrible.
So I think one of the Chiefs tend to do the most disrespectful things. I know, the ring around the rosy last year in Vegas, pretty bad. Instead of taking a field goal, they elect to kneel the ball, like for the Patriots. Like I just think,
somebody bet the under,
right? Like I just thought it was kind of crazy that happened at the end of the game. Kansas City, they still got 15. We'll see what happens, man. They got a dub today. They handle business. Tampa Bay and Green Bay. Look,
can I do this one?
Yeah.
Mediocrity at its finest, guys. Mediocrity at its fucking finest.
Hey, Mayfield played a hell of a game, though, dog.
Oh, he did. It's just mediocrity. Like, what? Tampa Bay plays who next week? Tampa Bay schedule, NFL. Let's see who they play
I think
next
they play the
week.
Jags. Pretty sure it's
Jags,
the Jags.
and they play the Jags, Saints, and Panthers.
Yeah.
Do you really feel good about them?
No.
Not really.
It'll be a fun story. I mean, look, right now, they lead the NFC South for 1 week, at least. For 1 week.
And what are they fucking? They have a losing record, 7-7.
7-7. Yeah.
Oh God! Wow, the Falcons what a disappointment.
It makes that loss look even worse, Max.
I know. All right, we saved the best for last. I'm not going to be talking for a while, so get used to
No. You know what? We'll skip out on it. I'll do it at
No. I want to talk about it.
Oh, you want to talk about it?
I want to talk about it.
Okay.
So go full screen for 30 seconds and do your little rant, and then I'll come in.
No, I just don't need to do all that. Look, we still suck. Okay? We do. We're not that good. I'm not going to come out in real playoff time, baby.
Was this the last game Brandon Staley ever fucking coached?
Yeah.
As a head coach?
He's done. And look, I'm so happy that we got a blowout against the fucking Chargers. The only other team that I would have loved this against was literally the Niners. I would have loved blowing out the Niners like that. But I'll take the Chargers.
You would love to blow out the Chiefs. You would love to blow out the Chiefs.
The Chiefs too. Any division rival.
I texted you during the end. I texted you. I'm like, I'm so glad you were the fucking team to kill Staley.
I mean, it was pitiful. It was pitiful. The Chargers were terrible.
They quit on him.
Yes,
100%.
100%. And I was like, I was telling everyone. It was my shout out to my sister. It was my sister's birthday, so I was at a restaurant watching the game, and I was telling my dad. I was like, are they even gonna let Staley back on the plane to go home? Like I was just telling his ass like, you're not taking the plane, go home. You're fired. Get the fuck out of here.
Weren't they in LA?
No, they're in Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
Like drive home to LA. You don't get to take a flight home.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
But
fuck Brandon Staley, Chargers, you're trash. Fuck you.
And the greatest thing was Austin Eckler celebrating down fucking 50 points. Like what the fuck, dude? It was terrible. 63 points, franchise record. Let's go Raiders. Fuck the Chargers. I'm so glad. That's why Justin Herbert is amazing. It just showed why. It just showed how much he covers up from this fucking team. That's the way I see it.
Yeah. This garbage.
All right, let's look over the playoff scenario. We'll do a little game of buy and sell, and we'll get you guys out of here. All right, let's start off with the NFC or AFC. Sorry, excuse me. Okay, you got Baltimore 11-3. Buying or selling?
Buy.
I'm buying too. I think if the Chiefs don't wind up getting hot, I got Baltimore for my money. Miami, buying, selling? I'm buying.
I'll buy it. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I think they're like teetering, but I'm buying it because they can't believe they whooped the Jets' ass without Tyreek like that. So
yeah. Okay, Kansas City, buying or selling? Kind of thinking about selling. You can sell high right now, dog.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Buy in terms of making the playoffs or winning a Super Bowl?
No, winning the Super Bowl.
Sell.
I'm selling too. I feel like
I'm so stupid in 3 weeks.
I know. We're gonna look stupid when they fucking beat the shit out of the Raiders. And I switched my whole opinion. Okay, sell. All right. I'm selling the Jacksonville Jaguars, honestly, at 4. Yeah. I'm selling the Cleveland Browns. They're at 5.
Unfortunately, so.
I'm selling the Bengals. I'm selling all the way through, except for the Buffalo Bills at 9.
I'll buy that for $1.
Yeah, I would definitely buy that. I feel like they're on the cusp of getting into the playoffs, and they're just one of those teams. They got an elite quarterback. They got a great head coach. And if they wind up getting in, they're obviously going to be hot going into this thing. And they can cause problems. Yeah. Right now, they're the 9th seed. What's up?
When we do the NFC, I'll tell you the teams, and I want to hear if you'll buy or sell. I want to hear you before I say something. So, yeah. I buy the Bills after that performance.
Yeah. So, who gets left out, though, Max? Because right now, the wild cards are Cleveland, 9-5, Bengals at 8-6, Colts at 8-6, and then on the outside looking in, Houston, Buffalo, all at 8-6.
Shoot.
That's tough.
I would say the Texans are going to be looking out. I think the Texans, it just makes sense with how young of a team they are. The Bills schedule, they play the Patriots and Dolphins.
Yeah.
Oh, they play the Chargers next week. That's a fucking nice one. I think the Bills you might have to buy. Who was the other team? Who the Bengals playing? Bengals schedule. Steelers, Chiefs, Browns.
That's tough. Oh, that's a tough
very
schedule.
tough. I'm gonna buy the Bills one. I think the Bengals. I'm gonna say the Bengals balance, the Bills go in.
I think it's gonna come down to the Colts and the Texans because because they might be competing with the Jags here because everyone's tied up in the AFC South at 8-6. Colts, Texans, and Jags. So you might be going with the Jags here because I'm pretty sure the Colts have the easiest schedule out of those teams because I know they play the Raiders. I don't know who they play next week. Who else do they play, Max? Because they play the Raiders at home.
Falcons, Raiders, Texans. Oh, that week 18. I think the fun thing's going to be week 18 this year. I think it's going to be crazier than any other week 18 I can remember. And I'm sure I said that last year too, but there was so much more mediocrity this year.
Yeah, more than ever. All right.
And do you think the Ravens, do you buy them as the 1 seed?
Yes. I feel like they deserve it
they'll
too.
Lock it. Yeah, I agree. Okay. All right, let me ask you about some NFC teams. You ready?
I'm ready.
Lions, buy or sell?
I'm buying.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers, buy or sell?
Sell.
NFC South as a whole?
Sell.
Okay. The San Francisco 49ers. I buy it for sure. Yeah. Buy that for $1.
Yeah.
The Rams.
Unfortunately, I'm selling. I just think
I buy them as a playoff team. I don't buy them as a Super Bowl team.
Yeah, I buy them as a playoff team. I buy them against, like, if I'm an Eagle fan, I would be worried. If I'm a Cowboy fan, I will be worried. I think the Niners, maybe you can worry, but I feel like they showed this year.
No, I think the Cowboys and the Niners have the recipe to whoop the Rams' ass.
You think so?
Yeah, I do, unfortunately. Like, if the Rams end up playing the Lions, I'm like, fuck, I feel bad for Detroit. Like, that's like the nightmare for them.
So on a scale to 1 to 10 as an Eagle fan, how scared are you if you guys get matched up with the Rams first round?
6.
Really? I would put 6. Like an 8, dude. I feel like they could.
If I'm Detroit, personally, I feel like an 8 or 9. Yeah. I think we could just kind of beat that. I just think we have so much more talent than the Rams.
Yeah, that's the one thing that scares me about them is that they're very. It's a thin team, especially on defense and offense. Like Cooper Kupp goes down, like they're gonna be struggling. If one of the corners go down, they're struggling. Like they're very, very thin. So little margin for error as far as the injuries go. But the Rams as a whole, as an offense, and you got to go against McVay. Man, I'm just not.
That's a scary thing. Yeah,
it's scary.
Seahawks, you're selling?
I'm selling everybody. Beyond that, I don't trust the Saints.
Yeah.
I don't trust the Seahawks. I definitely don't trust the Falcons. Green Bay, maybe a little bit, but at the end of the day, I feel like
it's too far gone.
Yeah, the top dogs of the NFC are just so dominant.
Hold on. So now to the 2 teams I'm most curious to hear. Eagles and Cowboys. Eagles, do you buy or sell?
Buying the Eagles just because of fucking Hurts and their D-line. I gotta buy.
Cowboys?
I want to sell. I honestly do.
Honestly, right, the way I'm feeling, and maybe it'll change after tomorrow, I would buy the Cowboys over the Eagles right now. Even with that loss of Buffalo.
Yeah. It's bold. I don't know,
and
man.
If the Eagles lose tomorrow, selling for sure.
It's just something always fishy about Dallas, man. It just always is. I know it's a new year and you can't label that, but I just feel like the Cowboy as a whole, like, even if you're a player, I feel like that shit sets in your mind as far as, like, any time during the playoffs where it's a close game and you're thinking about it. You're like, fuck, we're going to fucking lose again. And I just feel like it's a real thing, dude. And I don't trust McCarthy. That's the one thing that scares me. I don't. And I'm not basing this. I'm not basing this off this week's game. I really don't. I truly did feel like this all year. I did.
You felt like this since Green Bay about McCarthy.
Yeah. Is Dak playing phenomenal? Yes. He is playing great. This is the best I've ever seen him. But at the end of the day, they got McCarthy. And at the end of the day, they're the Cowboys. And weird shit always happens with the Cowboys, man. All the fucking time. Okay?
Dez caught it.
There you go.
A legend.
All right. I think that's going to do it, though. Anything else on week 15, Max?
No.
I want my fantasy.
Good for one. You want to fantasy. Just, guys, a little spoiler. Next weekend's going to be a little weird. Christmas is around the corner. Big holiday for the Max and Juan households, respectively.
Yeah.
But I hope everyone's out there enjoying their holiday season, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, Christmas, anything else I don't know about.
Did you still want to do Wednesday for the pick'ems?
Oh, can we get out of it? Can we take? No. Yeah, we'll be here. I'll be here.
Well, you guys will probably see us one more time for the pick'ems. But
see you next year.
Yeah, like Max said, I think the best case scenario, depending on how our schedules go and how available we are, we'll maybe do one on Tuesday. Maybe, but it's kind of already far.
If me and Juan can get back from delivering all the gifts to the children around the world.
Yeah. Max gets the East Coast. I
Max
get the
Claus
West
Coast. And Juan Claus.
FYI, Max, I just ordered your Christmas gift today.
Oh, FYI, I haven't even thought about you. Charger fan.
Well, Max got me last year, and
what did I get you last year?
You got me a bunch of hats last year.
Oh, I did, and I got you that Raiders dildo you use all the time.
Shut the fuck up, Raiders jersey.
It's the shape of a lightning bolt. It goes right up your ass.
Sick. You're sick.
No, it's an arrowhead.
You're sick.
You just right up the keister.
I'm gonna get a Joey fucking one for you. All right, Niner fan one.
We a Niner fleshlight.
We'll get you a Brock Purdy jersey.
Oh. My new rag.
Oh man, but fuck. I think that's gonna do it, guys. We hope you guys enjoy. We'll see you guys this week, and for now, be safe out there. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, turn on post noties, and we'll see you guys next time. All right, peace.